Community groups are really important when it comes to building your own community. We know this just by looking at our Facebook groups. Having a community group inside your software allows you to put things in there like courses, affiliate, or referral programs, and have them actually contribute into the community and have access to things that they wouldn't already have access to in, let's say, for example, the Facebook group. I'm going to go ahead and go back into memberships. I'm going to select community. And what we're going to do first is we're going to create a group. So let's get started creating a group. Earlier in my training, we created a portal for our hair salon. We also created a course for our hair salon along with a certificate. And now I want to create a group. I'd like to create a group for everyone that joined up in the course for my hair salon. We could also create groups that are paid or free. In this particular group, I'm going to call this the Hair Club. We can write a brief description. I'll just put Hair Club. And then down here is where we can brand the color of our group. Now we went with purples and lighter color purples. I'm going to stick with that. I'll go ahead and change the favicon right here. I'm going to do a cover image, which you see it says 200 by 200. And for the logo, we'll leave the logo as the hair logo. I'm going to go ahead and click create a group. And now I have a hair club group. Notice this matches my course from earlier. If you watch the membership course, it also has our logo. And we went with the color tones to match the actual course. You just saw how we created our very first group, or you can call it community. In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between groups and channels, so that way you have a better understanding of how to utilize groups and channels. If you were to go back into your communities and groups, you would see the group that we just created. A lot of times I get questions that say, how many groups can I have? I want a paid group. I want a free group. Think of this as community groups, meaning you can have more than one. We can come in here and we'll call this a paid group, and I'll just leave the regular branding. When I go back to the community and I refresh the page, you'll see that we have two groups now. We have the hair club and then we have the paid group. This is what it means when I'm talking about groups. Now, I'm going to go into the free hair club group. And when I refresh this page and I select groups, you'll see my paid group option. This is great for those of you who want a free community, which I strongly recommend, and a paid group. Now, inside of the groups, you can decide as well if you want the other people to see the other group. But I can see both groups. I can see the free group and the paid group. If you don't want people to see the other group, you can go into that specific group, go into settings, and inside of settings, when you scroll down to the details of the group, you can uncheck this box that says accessible from switcher. Your group will be visible to non-group members in the switcher. So if I uncheck this and I just want the free, let's go ahead and save this. It says when you change the private group to a public group, all of the pending requests will be accepted automatically. Are you sure you want to change group type? You want to make sure you don't have any pending requests to join that group. So when I save it, now the paid group won't be accessible to other members in the hair club group. When the free person comes into my free one and they select groups, they won't see this here because they're not a member of the paid group. Now, I'm an admin, so I will be the member. I'm going to go ahead and change this in the settings back to be accessible. Group details are updated, and that is again in your settings. So you can create tons of different groups just by going back to your main account and continuing to add groups. We have several types of groups. We have groups related to specific types of people in the group. If you're managing a bunch of community groups, this is a great way to continue to add more groups. Now, let's say you decided you wanted to make a group inactive and you didn't want to do a paid group. I'm going to set this to inactive, and it says, are you sure you want to deactivate the group? You can't just delete the group, but you can make them active or inactive. So when you come up here to the top right, you can see your active or your inactive groups. Again, you would see your active or your inactive groups. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back to active. And then when we go back to active, you will see my two active groups, my free and my paid. Now, I haven't set up the paid group yet. All I've done right now is set up my community groups to have one that I know that I want to be free and one that I know that I want to be paid. Let's go ahead and log back into the first original group, and you'll see the groups right here. Again, remember, if you hide it, you won't see the other group. So if I were to go into my login paid group and select my settings, right here in the settings is the subscription. So you'll see this one is set to free. Let's say I want to add a new price. Let's just say $20. Subscription can be reoccurring, one time. It can also be monthly, annually, or even weekly. I'm going to go ahead and add the price. Oops, it's going to tell me I need a payment integration. So if you don't have your payment integration set up, you definitely want to go in and set that up. You'll go into payments, you'll go into integrations, and connect which payment integration you would like to use with your community. And we'll go through the settings menu here in detail for each of the steps in the settings as well. I wanted to make sure that you understood the difference between the groups, and now let's talk about the channels. Now, inside a group, let's go to our free group. You can have a channel, and inside the channel, you'll see we have a home channel set up. Down at the bottom, this is where you can add a variety of channels. You just give your channel a name. We could call this one welcome. You can give it a description, and then right here for the channel icon, you can either add an emoji to the channel, and I'm going to search wave, and then right here you can make the channel private or not. Let's do this first. So this is what a public channel looks like. Everybody can see it when they log in. And you can continue to create multitude of channels. Maybe you have specific channels for specific things within your community. Now, let's say I didn't want everyone to have access to a specific channel, and we'll call this a private channel. And then what I want to do here is I want to make this channel private. So let's go ahead and create the private channel. Actually, let's do something even more fun. And for icons, let's go ahead and put this little lock button here, and we'll select make the channel private and create the private here. Now I've got 3 channels inside my main free group. You could actually do this if you don't want to create a paid channel and leave a locked channel for people that have paid for that specific program. Another thing that you can do that's really great about channels is as you start to create your channels, you may want to reorganize them. You can simply drag and drop your channels to organize them however you'd like. Now I've got this private channel, and you'll see the little lock button on it. When I select settings, this is going to show me the information about the private channel. So I can edit the name, the description, and who it's managed by. It'll show you the members of the locked channel. And then when I select settings, I can easily delete that channel if I don't want it. Let's go back to members. Now, if I want to add people, I can easily add people that are within my contacts. You can see right here where it shows everyone or a manager. So first of all, it's just me, and I'm selected as the channel manager because I created this. So if you want to add a member who's paid, all you're going to want to do is find your member and select add, and you'll put in the name of the member in here and then click on the add button. They need to already be a member inside of your community in order to be added to this specific channel. They'll need to come into the community via invitation, already be a member of your channel, and you'll be able to add people that are within the community into this locked channel. You can even add people that are in your community to be admins or managers of the channel, so that way they can also add and manage people in that channel. Nobody can join the channel. They must be invited by a channel manager in order to get into that locked channel. So it gives you a couple of options to either having a few locked channels or 2 groups, a free or a paid group. So you'll see your home, you'll see the group that you're in. When you select the group here, it shows the group that you're in. If you want to hide the panel, you can easily switch to hiding it so you can easily read what's going on in the group. You can bring that out again and see your groups and then you can see your channels. A keynote here is you don't want to have a whole bunch of channels, especially when you start utilizing the mobile app. Some people want to just be able to jump in, see what's new, and get out. If you need to have different groups related to different products, feel free to do so because you can create unlimited groups and you can create channels. Just be sure to make sure that your channels make sense, whether they're public or private. A quick recap. We already created one group. You can create a paid group or a second group, or as many groups as you'd like, and that is within your community groups. And when you log into the group, you can decide whether you show or hide the specific group to other people. You can also utilize channels, and you can decide whether you hide or show specific groups. You can also add channels to your community group along with locked channels, and then being able to invite members that are already in the community to be inside your locked channel. You can also add a manager to the channel to help manage those posts within the channel. And when they select the home, that's going to take you back to the home portal, which is going to share all of the aspects of your portal login right here. And all they need to do is come over here to the 9 dots, select the community as well, and it will take them right into their community. You're going to get used to this little 9 dots because you can alternate between communities, courses, and the affiliate manager, and so much more coming. A couple of other quick things on the top right is you can switch if you want to change the mode of viewing. A lot of people will like light mode and a lot of people like dark mode. You can switch between the two right here. You'll also see a notifications button. This would be all of your notifications, and this would be any unread notifications that would show up here. Then, of course, you have your personal profile or the profile of the person that is within the community, and you can edit your profile and easily update your name, your title, your bio. You'll see the account information here, any social media you want to share. Any certificates that you get inside of any course will also show here. And newly added is going to be billing and subscriptions, where you put in a code and you can see all of your current billing and subscriptions. This allows your user to edit their profile and share any information that they'd like and view their statistics and their current billing with you. This is great for your users because as we begin to add more features to the portal, you'll be able to decide which ones you want to show and which ones you want to hide inside of your portal settings. And then again, all you would do is select the 9 dots to go right back into the community to see your groups and your channels. I recommend putting some content into your community before we get to inviting people to jump into your free or paid community. And that's done right here in the discussions tab. If you look on the left-hand side, you'll see I'm on the home section in the discussion section. If I select welcome, I'm in the welcome section. And if I select this welcome, you'll see there's nothing in here. And then of course our private group, which is locked, and there's nothing in here. So what you'll want to do is create a post. Because you're building a community, I recommend creating a welcome post. Something like, hey, welcome to our community, welcome to our group, maybe a video introduction. What you'll do is you'll just click on right here, just like you would any chatting or posting tool. You would give it a title, put your information in here, and then you could easily attach an image, a video, an attachment, a URL, some emojis, and even a GIF. You could either create your own or use a GIF. Now that I have a coming soon, hello post, you can select publish post right here. Now before you do, you'll see that this publish is going into the welcome. This is going to show up right here in this welcome channel. If you notice on this welcome, I don't have it here because I posted it under this channel. So you want to be very careful which one you plan on posting to. The home will show all the posts that have happened. And they can like it or click on it and make a comment, add another image, a video, an attachment, an emoji, or a GIF. Adding discussions and posting can be really fun. When you set up your channel, you're definitely going to want to do that welcome post first. And what I recommend doing is going to these three little dots right here, selecting the three dots. You can copy the link and share it. You can delete the post. You can edit the post. Because it's a welcome post, I recommend pinning it so it shows up as a featured post. If other members in your community are posting things of major value, you'll be able to see all of their postings and you can pin their post as well. Especially if you have a channel with questions. I like to pin questions here because other people may have questions as well. But you're definitely going to want to set up your welcome post, welcoming people to your community before we start sending the invitations. There's one more fun thing that I want to show you about creating a post, and that is as an admin, you can do the Shift at and add everyone to notify everyone in the channel of that post. You can also add the @ sign to add any members and tag them specifically inside of a post. You can even tag people inside of comments by tagging different community members as well. All you'll want to do is select the @ sign, and you can also tag any member inside of the community. And all you have to do is select the @ sign to also send a notification as well to a specific person inside the community. The Learning tab is where all of our courses will go. The Members tab will show active members. You as an admin will see all of the active members, the admins, the contributors, any requests, and anyone that has been banned. And I'll show you how to manage all of this when we get in here. And the leaderboard is really cool because you can set rewards for specific levels based on interaction within the community. And when you log in, you'll see add a reward here where it'll take you to the settings. And we're going to go over that in detail next. So you've got your discussion where you can create a post, where you can comment on a post, you can reply to a post. You can also see specific channel posts, and you can also pin any post, and you can also copy a link, delete a post, edit a post, or pin or unpin a post. And because we had this pinned, now it would show unpinned. So you can even unpin a featured post and bring in a new post to replace it. That's how to access the discussion, the learning, the members, and the leaderboard. There are two more amazing features in here that have the ability to showcase your courses and your affiliate program. And the way you'll want to display here what you want to provide to your community is by going back to your site's client portal, select app permissions, and here's where you can select everything that they can view inside of your portal. So they'll be able to view communities, courses, affiliates, and their billing if you check all three of these. If you don't have an affiliate program, you may want to uncheck it. If you're not doing courses, you may want to uncheck that. Just be sure to save your settings and your portal settings will show up accurately. Your community users will not see any of these features if you uncheck it and do not display. So if you unchecked an item, they wouldn't see it here in their 9 dots. And there's more features coming. You can set these up on what's available inside your master portal settings. The Learning tab is where you would add a course. So if you created a membership course, you would be able to come into the Learning tab and add a course. I'm going to select a course that we already created. If I wanted to make this be, I'm going to add a hair tips course, and where it says all members have access to the course, and then right here, and there's some updates coming, but as of right now, all of the learning courses, all members will have access to see this. They can see if it's a free, a reoccurring, or a one-time subscription type. So if you did a free course, it would show up as free, and let's go ahead and add our course. If it was paid, it would show up as paid, and it would put the paid number here. So what happens is once you add the course from your course products menu, they can then come into the Learning tab and review that course at any time. And you'll see it takes them right into the course. They can select back to go back. So this leaves them inside of the Learning tab of your course. Now, when you select the 9 dots and you go to courses, if that member has the same exact access to that course, it will show up here under My Courses. You can also showcase other courses inside of the course library. And the course library is what you set up when you set up your membership offers. All of those will show here. Now, I like to have things organized. So we put inside of our courses our higher paying programs and other types of courses that could be relevant or could be something someone may want to purchase from inside the community. Inside the community, we save the Learning tab for the free courses because we want everyone to be able to see the free courses. You can also put a paid course here as an upgrade. So they took your free course, they got to know you, and now they want to purchase that upgrade course inside of your learning center. It's up to you whether you want to put them inside your learning or inside of your course library where they can view the library. Just remember, learning shows up inside the community always, and library shows up as well if they have access to other courses that you don't necessarily have inside of your community. And remember, you can always select 3 dots to get back to your community. The other portion of this is the affiliate section. Now, this is the affiliate manager side. So it's going to pull from the affiliate manager feature inside of your software. When you go to marketing and you go into affiliate manager, this is where you would set up all of your affiliate management campaigns and everything related to having affiliates sign up, payouts, media that you share, and other settings. So you'll definitely want to check out marketing and the affiliate manager to learn more about the affiliate manager. And remember, if you don't want the affiliate manager, you can always go to your sites, portal, and settings, and you can turn off the affiliate manager right here to not show. We love having affiliate programs because it really allows us to get referrals and recommendations. We've set up your group, free or paid. We've also set up channels within inside of the group. We've learned how to add discussions, view the learning course, look at members, and view the leaderboard. Now let's talk about the settings here so that way you can have everything set up and ready to go when you're ready to invite members. We're going to go over settings and inviting members, and that is in this third section here where you've got your hair club information. It will show you the hair club and the description, and right here, if you add any links, these can be public or private. This is what your visitors will see when they click on a link to join the community. And you'll see the members, posts, and admins here, these settings here, and inviting members. Down here will show any leaderboard activities. You can see all the leaderboards, or when you click on this leaderboard, it's going to take you back to the leaderboard. We're going to go into settings. Now, I showed you a couple of cool things that you can do in here with regards to accessibility for your additional groups, but let's go through these individually. The details section, if you remember earlier, I said you can always go back and edit anything that you did inside of your group in your group settings. You can change the name, you can change the description, you can make the group private where only members can see group posts, or you can make it public where anyone can see group posts and other members in the group. I like to set mine to private and allow people to see the other groups. Where this comes in handy is if you have one main group and maybe you're managing other groups or communities, you may not want them to be accessible. When you select subscriptions, this is where you can add the subscription for that free or paid community. It's automatically set at free, but if you want to add a new price, you can set up a price, your currency, whether you want it to be reoccurring or one time. You can also set up if there's any trial days, and you can set up the billing period, monthly, annually, or weekly. And just make sure before you set this up, you'll need to go to payments and integrations to attach a price to your community. Branding is where we can go back and change all of the graphics that we did at the very beginning. So you can change your favicon, you can change your cover image, you can even change your group logo. There's other advanced features that are coming where you'll be able to have a live mode, view a preview, and add, look at this, custom JavaScript, custom CSS tracking codes for both your header and your footer. Just don't forget to always hit save on anything that you add. Now let's go to themes. You can have it automatically set to light or dark mode specifically when they jump into your group. You can also set your community theme to a variety of different colors, and there's lots to choose from that may match your brand. If they don't, you can come in and set up a custom theme. You can have a gradient window, you can change different colors to match your look and feel of your brand. Of course, this is really pretty. Just make sure you select colors that aren't so overwhelming and seem more inviting to your community members. You want them to be able to read your posts and enjoy their time inside of the community. You can even change your font colors, your secondary colors, your fill covers, and your border colors. Once you're done setting up your theme, just select Save, and your theme will be applied to your community. Now remember, if you have another group, you'll want to go into that group to set up the settings as well inside of that group. Membership questions. These are great if you want to ask questions before a member jumps into your community. All you've got to do is add a question. You can select a text box, a single select, or a multiple select. And you can add your questions right here. And anytime a member requests to join, they'll need to answer these questions in order to jump in. And you'll be able to view these questions right before you approve them. Gamification and awards. That's right here, the leaderboard that we talked about earlier, having different levels and a reward. So what we'll want to do is I'll go back into settings. Let's go back into gamification. And right here, I can select my level. When I select edit, I can give it a level name, and you could set different levels in your gamification. The more they interact, the higher the level they get, which also brings me to the reward. What reward would you like to give them for being interactive in your community? All you've got to do is select Add Reward, put in a title, a description, and select Save. And they'll see the reward, and they'll be able to see where they're at in their level right from the leaderboard. The other thing I showed you just a minute ago was a promotional link. I showed you that right here that's going to be displayed on your actual community. You can set that by coming into links, and you can set a link. You just add a link, put in a description, a URL. You can make this link private, where only people inside the community, once they log in, can see it, or you can turn it off and it'll show as a public view before they jump into your community. Reported content. This is really important. When they select the post, they would be able to select the three dots, and you already saw the copy link, the delete, the edit, the unpin, and the pin. This is the reporting post. This is where if they select report, they can report and confirm. And what'll happen when you go into your settings, you'll get notified of any reported content. You can remove it, or you can go ahead and keep it. Once you're finished with all of your settings, you're going to select Save. Now, the next thing that we want to do is invite members to our community. Now, if you remember, I showed you the portal invite. That invitation takes them to the main portal login, which will bring them to all of these three dots, the communities, the courses, and the affiliate. You can also invite members to this specific group. So you have a share group link where you can copy that link and share it outside in an email. Maybe you want to add this to your website to join our free community. You can also invite via email. So if you have a paid community and you want somebody to be able to come in, you can put in their name and email address to send an invitation directly to them to come right inside of your community. Now, this little tab right here gives administrative privileges. So if you turn this on and you send somebody an invite to become an admin, that's where they'll show up in the admin section. Whether you've sent out your group link or you've invited them personally, you can come over here to members and you'll see the active members, you'll see the admins, you'll see any contributors or people who have joined your group, anyone that has requested to join your group, any banned notifications, and here is where you can search a member by name. We've covered setting up your community, setting up your groups, your channels, discussion, learning, members, leaderboard, your links, your branding, your settings. Now it's time to set up your community and start inviting members and interacting with the members of your community.